Now I got it in my head.
I have been in this courtroom before,
It's
or
funny
whatever.
because I've been watching Yu Yu Hakusho, and for some reason that song associates with Yu Yu Hakusho for me. I'm just
We're
rewatching
live,
it.
right?
What?
We're live.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was like, why are you all going into another side conversation when we're live? I'm watching the feed. We're live.
Hi, Chad. I got distracted
Well,
while I was pulling something
you
up.
know.
How are you?
You join us as we discuss the song Deja Vu, and
We have
It's
had this
stuck in my head,
conversation
and I
before.
hate it. Let's see if Sheenie has it in her head.
Alright, hi chat. We have not played for 2 weeks because of various scheduling things, and Ori's been really sick. So, yeah. So we back. This is Sleeping Angels, or Let Sleeping Angels Lie. This is a game that I run. It's homebrew, mostly. Most of it's made up by me. And these guys help tell the story. Real quick, thanks to sponsors Roll20, Tabletop Loot, and So Nerdware, and Devin Rue for sponsoring and supporting the channel. Go there, support them, buy their things, get new dice. Look, my new dice! Tabletop Loot.
How they rolling for you?
Oh, my shirt. So Nerdware. No, they're rolling terribly. They're bad. I hate them. I'm rolling that 20. Also, shout out to the Patreon. It supports bulk of the operations here, subs, bits, emotes, everything. And in the Discord. Go hang out, go chat, go find friends, go find games. They're fun. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
Like, I guess I'll go first.
Yes.
I'm Nuka Puka. I'm playing a dream druid called Sheenie. She has a tiny little dick centaur and talks really fast.
Hello, I am Blood Mage 96. I am playing the Wild Mage Sorcerer, Leonis, who is just very, very sad.
Hey, I'm Ray. I'm playing Morgan, the Nephilim Blood Hunter.
Hi, I'm Phil. I'm playing Asir Palander, the Tiefling War Cleric.
Hello there, everybody. I'm Angela. I'm playing Alucard, the Battlemaster Fighter / Paladin, who will likely go out of the Ancients to go to level 18, and one of the only members of the party who hasn't burnt all of their resources already.
Hey, Nadine and Naval are still in there.
Uh-huh.
Members of the party who have not burned all of their resources.
Don't worry, I got a 2nd level spell.
As do I.
Against the
Have a 6.
Yeah,
Oh, I
it's
think
like,
I'm cool.
you have my charm person and my hold person.
No, I'll just pull it up on D&D Beyond. Hi, I'm Ori. I am the DM. I'm playing everyone on the map but the players. I hate my life. No, I'm kidding. I love you guys. Yeah. So we're playing. Last time we left off, you guys had just rescued Naval, which is right here for the audience. You guys had just rescued Naval from the compound after fighting Azrael. Found out that he really didn't need to kill Naval, so he just let you have him, pretty much, after he got what he needed. You tried to plane shift him or banish him, I can't remember which.
I tried to banish him with the spell plane shift, because you can do that. Okay. I was reading, I was like, oh my god, I have a banish thing. Did not work.
It didn't work.
She tried.
You guys got brought back by... You used Oriel's plane shift, didn't you?
Yeah, we did.
You had Oriel bring you back.
Yeah.
And then you were in the throne room again discussing Oriel choosing her heir in the event that this goes south. And that's that. Oh, the most important part. That's
Yeah, please don't
right.
forget that bit.
Oh, I didn't forget.
Nope, nothing happened. I don't know what you're talking about.
You guys
We got some mail delivered.
And You got a big, nice gift. You guys watched as entering the room, the familiar face of Azrael.
I don't remember that.
Do you
Never
look
had
I
it.
do.
Do you remember his face now?
No,
I do.
not at all. Mm-mm.
Wait, Ari, very important question. Is he looking rough?
No.
No.
I didn't think so.
You see, the thing is, I have beaten him a fight. If we go by, hit points damaged. So, I've beaten him once. I can do it again, just not now.
So he looks fine. His hair's down, loose over his shoulders. Not injured at all. Fairly good way.
Not yet.
There you go, chat. There's Azrael. Oh wow, the stream is really delayed. I showed that picture 2 minutes ago.
I wouldn't know because I don't watch the stream because the
It's only like
internet's
a few
crap.
seconds delayed for me. You might just need to refresh.
really
Might just be
delayed.
you. I mean, I have chat up, which is fine, but I just can't watch the stream while I'm playing. It doesn't
Streamlabs
work.
OBS goes so fast, much faster for me, so it might just be regular OBS and my computer not agreeing with each other. But yeah, Azrael walked into the room, sauntered into the room, and said he had a message for you guys from Lucifer, and that he just wanted to talk, and that's where we left off. He did lounge on the throne. He's like lounged across, like Thranduil and the Hobbit, kind of like legs cocked up. Like he has just pretty much made himself at home in this throne. And he's just sitting there waiting for you guys and the angels to decide on whether or not you're going to hear the message.
Okay.
The Dawnblade is out, and his posture is in very much a defensive stance, but he's currently waiting.
Alucard's just watching Michael's reaction, and if it looks like Michael's on edge in any way, just probably moving closer to him and to it was Nadine who probably moving closer to Nadine and to Michael, but just watching his reaction.
Okay. Yeah, this is Nadine right here.
Does
That's
she-
a picture of Nadine.
Christina's gonna like kind of look around and she's gonna notice that like the room's just kind of gotten quiet. And she's not very she doesn't like when everything just goes quiet and like a little tense. So she just points to Azrael, she's just like, your hair's all messy. Didn't anybody tell you that when you come to visit important people, you must make sure that your hair looks just like your clothes?
I think my hair is just fine, thank you.
Yeah, but it's messy.
It's beautiful.
It doesn't match your clothes. See, your clothes are nice, but then your hair is messy, like you just jumped out of bed with a bunch of pixies. You haven't been sleeping with a bunch of pixies, have you?
I haven't experienced this kind of fey fuckery in many years.
Trademark.
What do you have to say?
Got plenty of things to say. You mean the message? Oh. And you see, Alucard, you roll perception on Michael. Or insight, actually. I'm sorry. Okay.
It's actually pretty good for me.
He looks tense and conflicted. He looks like he wants to force him out of the room, but at the same time, you don't know what is keeping him from doing that. There's something keeping him from forcing Azrael out of the room.
If it's possible to get his eyesight with him just very quickly, with Michael, I will just like look at him very quickly, just nod, and I'll just begin moving to be closer to Nadine.
Okay. Yeah, his mouth is in a hard line. Like he's clearly.
I'm definitely not expecting him to like say or do anything in response. I'm just like letting him know that like I have his back is the idea.
He just gives you a quick, curt nod and hand just is resting on his sword. He does stay in his chair. He stays in his throne. Decimus doesn't really react. He's just watching him carefully. Cynthius is up on his feet, hands on the table. Angry as usual. That seems to be his general state of the pacing is angry. Orpho, the one who I'm using Alexander's token for, because I don't have one for Orpho yet. He's just sitting back like this. You can't really read his face because he doesn't have one. So
That's the Star-Eat Angel, right?
yeah, he's literally just a humanoid figure. It just looks like the universe.
Gotcha.
There's stars, and you'll occasionally see like an asteroid or something just fly across.
So, screw the natural one. Puccini is starting to get a little bit like more like agitated, mainly because his hair is wrong. She does not like it. So she is actually going to, because I still have some left, amazingly. She is going to use her little teleport, which is her hidden path, and she's going to get onto his shoulder and just be like, "Your hair is messy, it doesn't work, and you should make sure you look very nice when you're seeing important people, because that's not how it works." She's just going to like start fixing his hair and putting it in like a braid.
He's not going to stop you. He's not going to waste his energy on the centaur braiding his hair.
Who knows? You might like it later.
So he leans, and Michael finally speaks up. He says, "Speak, Azrael. Give us your message." He looks over at everyone in the room for a minute, kind of lingers on the Nephilim in the room, and then Oriel. And then throws his hands up like this. Still, legs kicked over the side of the throne, just lifts his hand up. "I thought I'd pay my old friends a visit. As I said, I come in peace. Unless you force my hand, this is going to end as such. Peacefully." And he looks around, looks at the party in particular because they're itching, and it's easier for him to read you guys than it is for him to read you.
Bashini, like if he turns his head a little bit more, she's just gonna like pull him. It's like, yep. Yep.
Leonis is just gonna do this.
Anyone else have any choice words for me before I continue?
Are you here to gloat or are you here to give the message?
I'm here to give the message.
We're not. Then do it already. Don't waste any more of our time. You can claim friendship or what have you. Just be on with it.
Oh yeah, you're Michael's boy, all right.
Bashini's just like, I like friends.
At this point, I say it's gonna still not me moving threateningly, but just kind of move slowly, so just beside Alucard. Two plated boys.
Michael actually does get up and kind of step closer towards her. He's not sure if Az is threatening or what's going on entirely with that. And he sees this, and he sees you step forward, and he says, "Oh, don't worry, I'm not here for her. Don't treat me like some common criminal thief. I'm here to relay a message from our dear, recently reawoken Lucifer. Thank you, little one, for that." As I said, Lucy wants to meet. He wants a truce. And chairs are a lot closer together than I make them look. He reaches over and kind of just touches the burnt throne. And then he just leans back in his chair. He wants to meet. I'm just here to arrange it. And I thought I'd like to sit in my seat again. Kind of gets more comfortable.
By this point, Pashini has like probably done a majority of the braid, but she's putting like vines intertwined into his hair and making little flowers grow.
When he says that he wanted to sit in his seat again, you see Cynthia, he smacks the table hard. And a little bit of a lightning crackles up from his fingers when he does it. He is pissed. And he's like, he just sits and he goes, "Get out of Florian's seat, Azrael." It's like, "Florian's seat? No, this is mine. It was before and it's now again." "No, it's not. That goes to his heir. That goes to Florian's chosen heir. It's not your seat. Get up. You're disrespecting his memory." Azrael shakes his head again. And he goes, "Who's the heir? Have they come forth, shown themselves, made themselves known to you?" Cynthia doesn't say a word. It's quiet for a minute. And then Oriel actually speaks up. She sighs a little bit. "The throne will reject anyone who is not the chosen heir." And she stops. She doesn't say anything else. Michael's just hardcore staring at him for a minute as he processes what just happened.
Tashini's just been mumbling. It's like, "You should really stay away from pixies, especially the pink ones, because the pink ones like to cut hair and they're not very nice and they don't like my hair because my hair's been..." She's just kind of like mumbling as she's just going on and just breaking his.
Michael finally says something, and it's not loud. It's barely just normal volume, and he says, "Florian's betrayed us then." And he moves closer in front of Oriel, and his hand is on his sword. And Cynthius gets up and starts to move around the side of the table, like over here. Orpho doesn't move. Stays in his seat, doesn't give a fuck.
There's some mortal realm level squabbling.
Hey, they're not that different.
Is Decimus moving?
Decimus is not moving. He's staying close to Oriel and Michael. Decimus is staying where he is. He's already figured out what's happened. You guys can insight that, or if you've already figured it out.
Oh yeah.
Insight, yeah. Insight.
You can insight what
sure.
Azrael has said.
I'll roll for insight, but I'm
I
pretty
mean,
sure I figured it out.
Theonis has no idea who Florian is, and he's put it together.
Yeah, Pashini's got it. She's still mumbling about stupid pixies and like this one specific pink pixie that slept with her brother that likes to pull her hair and try to cut it because she's like the only one that can be pink, and it's like she doesn't like this pixie.
Everybody but Azir. Florian made Azrael his heir again.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah.
That was more than that.
Yeah. Florian made Azrael his heir again. Florian had reasons, you can assume. Otherwise, that chair would be frying his ass right now. So, Michael says that, and then you guys, if you guys want to say something, you can. I've got a little bit more written down for them to say. No?
You want a truce? Why?
Because?
That was a wonderful explanation. Thank you.
Are the scales off balance any longer? Is us being expelled from here causing the scales to be unbalanced? I would say so. Allowing me to come back, allowing him to come back, we claim our spots. Don't think that would unbalance things terribly much. In fact, I think it would fix the problems that are currently going on. The little rampant vampire problem you've got. He looks at Morrigan, Nadine. They're gone for now, they're coming back. And they'll continue to come back until I stop them. I didn't send them. But they'll
That's
continue.
convincing.
Can I insight check that, please?
Yeah.
Um,
And then
25.
he's not lying. There is truth to everything he's saying.
Yeah, Pashina's gonna be like, he's not lying, and I'm very good at finding liars.
And why would they listen to you?
Because he's big and scary.
Give Ori a second because she closed out of the giggle that she had.
Ori, no.
I'm intelligent, you guys.
Pashina's just making side comments here and there, and she's still continuing to like plant little flowers and things in his
I was
brain.
closing out of the folder, I closed out of the dock. Because let me scroll back down to eat. Because I am Florian, well, originally me after some long debate, and it was Florian. Am in charge of. Well, I see what I did there. Oh, that's bad. I'm in charge of one of my sins that I'm in charge of is greed. What do vampires desire?
They like to hoard people and drink their blood, and then they like to take over places, and they like to pick on the mean, tiny little thingies, and then they corrupt them.
If I remove the greed,
Wow.
if I remove the greed, if I remove the hatred that they so love to cling to, then there'll be no threat. As for this Florian's betrayal, there was no betrayal. Florian did sacrifice himself to attempt to restore the peace that we once had and to give me my chair back. It was necessary and completely voluntary. He did this of his own volition. I didn't kill him. He had someone else do it. I was quite surprised by this, actually. He's not entirely lying. He did have someone else do it, but he may have helped.
Yeah, like, fair enough.
He may have helped make it cleaner. Orko does actually speak for once, with no mouth. There's no mouth that moves when he speaks. You guys just hear his voice in the room. It's a very deep voice that does fill the room, but it's also very soft-spoken at the same time. He looks, scales have not been unbalanced by this. He does tell the truth. And he waves his hand, and above the table you see there's all these sets of like ethereal looking glowing scales that are floating above the table. A set lowers and you see the current decisions that need to be made, or the current truths that are being spoken by Azrael and by the party, and they're equal. So Azrael taking that chair and someone else taking that chair is equal. As I said, Lucifer wants to resolve this peacefully. He need not consume the flame if a consensus of peace is made. He wishes to resume his throne. If we wanted war, we would have ended that one, and he points at Nadine, and then he motions to Naval, or that one. And then he just leans back. That's all he's got to say for now.
You know, for someone trying to claim some aspect of coming peacefully, making threats, implied or otherwise, isn't a good way to earn trust. You're very terrible at actually respecting the boundaries of the people in the room. And that's coming from me. I don't talk to people. I don't do any of this talking business. And you are probably coming in with some of the most disrespectful comments I've heard in ages. And I've only lived like 60 years. So that should tell you for a good portion of my life, you stand out as possibly the worst at trying to start a negotiation.
I'm honest. I'll give you that. I say things
You're disrespectful is what you are.
If you see it that way.
Truce,
with the peace
utter
making
whatever
gift.
truce you want. It doesn't mean you're not being cruel or disrespectful or rude. And I know something about being all of those things.
Well,
So you both reclaim your thrones, and then what?
things go back to as they should be.
And what is as they should be?
Lucifer and myself dealing with mortal races, making sure that these things don't happen again. He wants to atone for the annihilation of a certain group of individuals that happened in the middle of the last conflict.
Those winged Delphi things that the dragon saw and was looking after, but then they went missing.
Yes.
Um,
Yes, that.
I have them in my head.
Insight him on that.
Okay.
Finally, a good roll.
No.
Glad you're on
But she needs to,
insight
like-
today.
28.
Asir, you were watching him when she asked about the winged people, right?
Yep.
He looked almost briefly, and then it went away. He masked his face fairly quickly. There was some regret and some other emotion there in his face when she brought up those winged people.
Did you?
But she-
Also,
Did I do
Sorry,
what?
keep going.
did you kill those people?
Not intentionally.
What happened?
Got caught in the crossfire. Didn't they, Michael? Michael just kind of just looks at the table for a second. He doesn't say anything. They got caught in the middle of a fight. Some of them, I think, got away. I don't think very many did, though. The dragon got in the way. The
You talk
silver
about
one.
the lives as if they are nothing.
Oh no. No, that was not nothing. You see, one of my aspects, dear child, is life. So the fact that I was key in the destruction of so many of those was not something I want to do again.
Yet you showed evidence of it. Alucard is right. Become bold and arrogant. You do not bring a peacemaking gift. You do not bring kindness.
Unfortunately, I cannot do much about the arrogance, as that is the aspect of the master that I inherited. Just like Michael can't do anything about that so cherished honor of his. Cynthia's can't do anything about that anger of his.
He's very angry. He didn't like me poking around.
I can't help it. Now, if you combined us all again, maybe one day, let us all return back to the Master, become the Master again, bring him back to life, repeat history, and then split us all back up into 8 different pieces again, then maybe I won't get that trait. But I don't foresee that happening anytime soon.
It seems as if there is a conversation that needs to be had without you being here. And she's just like, I'm just like looking at him, just like just like looking at him, like get the hint, like leave, bro, leave.
Kushina's just like, give me 5 more minutes. It's not done yet. She's just like doing the last bit of the break. He has a lot of hair. She is small. She really has small hands. So she's just kind of using her druidcraft and things.
I want you to continue braiding my hair, little one.
Yeah, but it's not finished. And then when it's not finished, it won't look as nice.
Kushini.
He will pick her up and gently remove her from his hair and set her down on the table.
She just quickly just gets the last bit and she ties it with vines just very quickly.
It's just like, it doesn't look as nice as it was gonna be, but I tried.
She just goes on the table and she's pouting.
He just pats her on the head gently and then scoots her away on the table. Then he gets up, throws the braid over his shoulder. Alright. If that is what needs to happen, then that's what needs to happen. I will go. Remember what I said? You know how to contact me. Some of you. And then he starts to walk towards the door, and you just see him disappear as he walks towards the door.
Does anybody make a move? Any noticeable breaks in facade, shield, anything like that?
Michael relaxes and goes and sits back down in his chair. Cynthia's is still fists onto the table, mad.
Sheeny pokes her tongue out at him.
Orpha doesn't move. Adrian does grab Nadine and kind of pull her out the other hallway, and they look like they're having a very heated discussion. Decimus doesn't really react.
For all that talk of... Oh, apologies.
Oh no, I was just checking because I think Asir said something a couple of times and I'm not sure if you can hear him right now.
Yeah. Is that better?
Yeah.
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 Just want to be sure you're being heard.
Yeah, I do. As I just tell the supervision, well, all the machine. You do well.
What did you say?
Yeah, as I just turned to machine and gone, well done.
Well, because of the braid. You just think Kushina's ears were kind of down, she was kind of pouting because she couldn't finish her masterpiece, and then her ears just you just see her ears just spring up, and it's just yeah. I did good.
I just gotta hold move the table, put a hand on the table, and go. You want to braid my hair while you wait?
She claps. she you just see her randomly appear on your shoulder, and she just starts pulling her hair and just making little plaits and things.
Alucard
It's
goes
tangled
over.
like hell.
Alucard goes over to check on Morgan. How are you?
She just takes a deep breath and then looks at you, and then she looks back to Decimus and Oriel and Michael. So what does this mean?
Well, I didn't end in a fight, so there's that. Decimus says. Because you lot are not prepared for a fight, and I know Michael was ready to leave, so... Because this one needs to be protected at all costs right now. And he points to, he motions with his thumb to Oriole. He's just sitting in his chair like this. He's thinking about something, but it's not clear what. There's something playing in his head right now that he's watching. Something memory that he's going back and watching right now. You're not sure what it is, and it doesn't look like he really wants to share that. Michael just kind of does this and just like, ugh. Well, do we let him come and speak with him? Or do we continue to try and subvert them and then try and speak with him?
You know, for all their talk of peace, the abduction, murder, and blood rituals somewhat undermines that.
That's the thing, no one's been killed.
Can I do an insight check on Leonis to see if he was more mentioning his, I guess in that context, a little bit of his wife?
Sure.
Like, this is just for like Pashini's sake, depending on what happens. So 21.
I'll just roll the deception to see if you can read him or not. Not that he is deceiving, just to see if you can read him.
No, it's cool.
While that's happening,
To go through.
No. Okay. Pashini's
I'm
just
hard
like,
to read.
yeah.
while that's happening, Alucard just wants to address sort of the whole table and just sort of ask a general question. For all of you, for whatever aspect you take on, do you have a choice in how you manifest it? Regardless if you keep the balance, whatever it is at this point, do you have a choice in how you enforce it, how you express it, how it occurs? I'm
No.
sorry if I'm speaking out of turn here, but this is important.
Some of us have more control over that than others.
But you have some control.
Not all of us. No.
It's not what I asked.
I do, Michael says. Michael just straight up says, I have control because I was the head. I was the head of the master. I can think. I can control myself. Oriole, Lucifer, they were the heart. They cannot. Azrael is closer to the heart than, say, Decimus, so Azrael could not. Cynthia's, well, he just looks at him. Not all of us are gifted with that control.
With any control or with the same level of control?
With any control dependent. Like I said, Oriole and Lucifer have none over their aspect of the master.
But that one has some.
It's hard to say with Azrael. It's very close to Lucifer.
Well, I'll put it to you this way. Whatever all of you ask of us, I'm willing to do because I've lived long enough and trained enough recruits at this point to know someone who wants to do better because they choose to do so versus someone who's doing it just for their own benefit. That's an opportunist if I've ever seen one. And I don't, at this point, I don't care, Michael. And this is probably the first, like, there's probably hesitation in addressing Michael saying that directly, but
here we go.
I don't care what you have done, what atrocities you've done. You at least seem to have a level of regret, or at least some sign of you would do better. He tries to deny it or just treat it as something that happened, and it's unfortunate, regardless if he feels something.
Well, unfortunately with us, we have to treat it as just something that happened. We have a different view on things than you are. But in that regard, Azrael is mostly not at fault for that incident. That is mostly mine. That is my fault, so
still won't stand a child giving us input.
It took that silver dragon that you all are familiar with coming in and reminding me of my head. So, because I know you've studied me. You know what my sin is. Sometimes I've let that wrath get out of control, but it has been a rare occasion, and that was one of them. So.
Rage happens. We make mistakes, cosmic or otherwise.
Yes, but my mistakes are fatal for everyone involved, so.
So are mine. If we're gonna talk over who feels more guilty, I think you'll win by default, so it'll be useless to do so anyways. Let's start doing
I'd rather not die really, really fast. I've only been alive for 21 years. Or is it 22?
Oh, you're
I don't remember. She's just like, I've been very busy, and I can't remember if I turned 22 now or if I'm still 21 because I don't know what day it is.
Decimus just is like.
In other words, her player actually forgot how old she is.
You guys are you lot are in no shape to fight if this does come to one. So we will, for now, make them wait to give a decision. Because I don't know about you, but I have been busy and would like to not have to fight today. Michael says. He knows very well what you've been doing. He's trying to lighten the mood a little bit, but he's not very good at that, so.
Rest.
You can rest here, or you can go back to the castle where death awaits. And by death, he means Alenza, and you guys know this by now, so it's not like he's meaning you're gonna go there to die.
Leonis doesn't. He just like looks left, looks right, like what?
It's okay, Leonis.
So I lost my nickname sheet and I don't know where it is, but I'm fairly sure I called her Moonglow.
Saying something, Aesir, before you got interrupted.
It's okay, Leonis. There's no need to be afraid.
It's just Moonglow. Does that mean that Sweet Tooth is there too?
This has been an experience.
It will continue to be one.
And Kashini kind of like points to Leonis. She's just like,
if you can give me an image of your wife, because she's a fawn, right? That means that she sleeps. Maybe I can go find her.
she's just like,
oh.
Yeah, because I can walk through dreams and I can dream walk, and it's really cool because I'm learning so much stuff. But I can maybe find her if she's sleeping.
Before you finish speaking, there was a minor illusion.
Okay.
You just hear her, she go, she's so pretty.
Yeah.
She just points.
She's like, it might take a little bit for me to find her because I don't know her personally, but right. I can see if I can walk through a few little dreams and see if I can spot her, but I don't know. I will try my best.
Well, if you could, I would owe you quite the favor.
Okay.
She's just like,
I would like to go back to the castle.
All right.
What is Morgan doing during all this, if I might ask?
Looking towards the area where Nadine and Adrian disappeared.
Yeah, they went down this hallway.
Yeah. Yeah, she like casually just continues to glance down that hallway or whatever. And then
And actually, Naval's heading that way too. He's not walking that way. He's just heading towards that direction.
when she sees him head towards that direction, she just kind of turns away. And
He just stops right there, though. He's not following. So if you want to go that way, you can. He's moving more to head off his father than anything.
yeah, no, she's not gonna go that way. She is waiting for her to see what everyone else is doing, and she wants to talk to Decimus if she can get him like away from everybody else. She wants to talk to Decimus. Like she keeps looking at Decimus and like kind of catches eye, and if she does, she like gives him like a really knowing look, one that he would know.
He kind of just nods and does the hand motion.
Before like pretty much everybody has like left the room, Kashina's gonna speak up. She's like,
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Does anybody have a rod that goes to the Fae? Because I really need one if I want to ever go back home. Because I don't know where to go.
Wait, say that again?
she needs a metal rod that is connected to the Fae so she can ever plane shift. She's only got one to this plane that she's on now.
Ariel will produce one.
Okay.
It's a mithril. It's just a piece of mithril.
And
she's like, thank you very much. You're the best. I would hug you, but you don't look very well. And I've been told that I shouldn't actually hug you because you get very, very warm, even though the first hug was amazing.
The closer you get to her, the temperature around her is extraordinarily hot.
Tashina's probably sort of already figured that out from like the first time she hugged her.
And the rest of you, actually, Morgan, you can feel the heat coming off of her from where you're at.
Yeah, I'll probably step back.
Okie dokie. I will add that to my sheet.
As at this point, it's going to turn to Leonis. I think the general consensus is that we will head back to the castle. You're welcome to join me.
At this point, it seems like an all right idea if the little one over there is going to help me. I may as well help the rest of you.
I'll try my best.
And we'll start moving out.
All right, I'm just going to quickly turn on my heater because I'm freezing to death.
Alucard will just... Because has Michael already left the room?
Nope, he's sitting in his chair right now. He's just doing this, trying to figure out what he's gonna do.
I think before the party heads out, Alucard will very tentatively, like as much as they took the time to like directly address Michael, they're still like this is being worship. So you're in front of a god figure. It's still going to be a little much to process. So they still tentatively walk up, just make a tap with the end of the glaive just to get Michael's attention. I don't know whether he acknowledges.
He'll just kind of move his face to where he looks like this over his hand and just wait for you to speak. He's not gonna verbally acknowledge you.
Wherever you need me to go, I will go. I am, as I have always been, faithful. Regardless if new individuals have come to represent more in my current life, I am faithful. Sins and all. Especially if the lady needs protection.
At this point, I'm not sure she does. That's the problem.
Regardless.
Well, thank you. Your efforts have not gone unnoticed.
Just sort of like nods very solemnly and then just backs up just to give him room. I hope I hope this resolves well for us all.
Yes, as do I. I see you got that nice new sword, though.
Happenstance. I disarmed an angel, which is not something I can usually say in my line of work.
Good job. Proud of you, son.
Good, that's good.
Paul just looks over like, what the fuck?
What the hell, Dad? You never said
I
you're proud
didn't
of
mean
me.
it like that. It's like an immortal
Michael
son.
meant it exactly how he said
Oh. Oh.
it.
Wonderful. You're on his shit list now.
Oh yeah, you are. You just got landed #1 spot on the Vol shit list.
Welcome to the shit list known as
the
Daddy
Dark One
Issues.
thinks poorly of me.
Ooh.
I'm so scared.
Naval gets Pashini just to like screw up Elcott the entire time.
No.
It just, why did this suddenly turn into like an episode of Popeye versus Bluto? Like, what? This is just an angelic version of Popeye, or it's like, I'm gonna get him. It's Popeye. Wait,
Naval
that makes
pops out
me
a can of
Bluto.
spinach and just pops it.
Oh, jeez.
Is that what the actual like someone receiving an heir is? It's just actually angelic spinach. That's the actual essential process.
Oh, jeez.
Quick, the holy flame is actually a giant can of spinach.
Oriole is just a giant can of spinach with a pretty wrapper. It's just a really hot can.
Warm spinach, right?
What is going on?
Okay.
We got sidetracked, so
And actually, no, that's
you're
really-
welcome. I will be right.
That's a really good time for a break. So we're gonna take a quick 10-minute break, you guys.
A spinach break, if you will.
Back in 10 minutes. Go get your hot spinach while it's hot.
Oh,
Bye.
God.
We'll be back in like 10 minutes.
Hi, everybody.
Oh no.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. If you get a second during break, you should check out one of our amazing sponsors. We're now proudly sponsored by Roll20, the best virtual tabletop for all your role-playing needs. Over 4 million people use Roll20's virtual tabletop to power their favorite games. And with more modules than you can shake a stick at on their new revamped storefront, you'll definitely find something for your group to enjoy. Sign up today by clicking the link below or heading to roll20.net/start/WTTP. Tabletop Loot is an amazing place to get your dice bags, dice boxes, and more. And now you can get 15% off your purchase at tabletoploot.com by using the code WTTPDICE at checkout. Tabletop Loot. Your party starts here. While you're at it, check out our so awesome merch store, So Nerdware. So Nerdware is the place to find all your Welcome to the Party merch and other amazing stuff too. Head on over to sonerdware.com and use the code WELCOME at checkout to get 10% off your next purchase. So Nerdware. It's what the nerds wear. Devin Rue, the amazing mistress of maps, has kindly supported the channel since the beginning and provides graphics for many of our streams. Head on over to rueinc.com to check out some of the best fantasy cartography on the web. Our Patreon supports the creators and producers of the channel by providing Roll20 subscriptions, cost coverage for video hosting, and more. If you want to support the channel while getting podcasts a week early, gaming articles that are published on Patreon first, a shout out during our break, and more, head on over to patreon.com/welcomepartyrpg and throw us a buck or $5. And last, but certainly not least, help out the party. Subs and bits not only support the stream, but also every 500 bits or a tier 1 sub gives a player or DM of your choice a reroll or system equivalent, and every 1000 bits or tier 2 sub gives a player or DM of your choice a crit or system equivalent. Thanks again for hanging out with us today. The game will be back in just a few minutes.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
And we are back with hot spinach.
Spinach.
I think that broke me and me and Ray for just a second.
What? Hot spinach?
It's just the way you said it. It's like we're back with hot spinach.
Come get your vitamins.
Hot spinach. I want to make a t-shirt now. This is hot spinach on it.
And
It's
it,
like emphasized on the shirt.
It's just
It
the,
has-
the picture. It's all the sketches you've been doing with just a bowl of spinach and her just like in PJs just eating spinach.
The
Or
sketches
it
of
is-
Azrael just eating hot spinach. It's just...
yeah, or it is
She
a
braids
stick
his
man.
hair.
It is a stick man made out of spinach making a sexy pose.
I'm just imagining like a can of spinach with like Oriole's hair on it. Like that's literally
Oh no! Oh,
That's
No, why
literally
did you
all I'm
say
imagining.
that?
you have won.
Now she's gonna
Rat
try
wins.
because that's the problem when you have an artist for a DM. When you say stuff like that, they can draw it.
Yep.
Well,
And that's
thank you.
one of the
Incoming
reasons I love
t-shirt
it.
design, you guys.
Hello, chat. You join us at a moment of us just losing it over the phrases hot spinach, a spinach can with an angel
Oh.
hair.
Oh, Death by Mage is all over this.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Death by
Jackie,
Mage
don't
is
act
covering
like you're
it.
upset. You want this. Because
They
we're
want
two
this.
halves of a whole... Me and Jackie, we're two halves of a whole idiot, okay? So, like...
Oh jeez.
He's the Wanda to my Cosmo.
Oh boy.
Shall we get back into it, everyone?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe we should.
Alright. Hashtag or is a spinach shit poster. Alright, but yeah. We are back. Thank you for having your time on the break. I hope you had a good break. Got your hot spinach. But yeah, Nadine and Adrian have started walking down some unknown hallway that leads somewhere in the Crystal City. You don't know where.
And Steve is screaming, following Nadine because he's still protecting Nadine.
I have Steve now.
He's grown.
He's gotten a little bit bigger. Orpho gets up and goes out this door. I will move Alexander's token because I don't have Orpho yet. And he disappears. Naval like gives his dad another what the fuck look and then goes so these two are gone. What'd you say?
Yeah, okay. It's kind of as Asira was kind of was walking out with Leonidas. Asira's going to kind of turn, make sure he's getting a good look at Leonidas and go, Silver Dragon, and he's going to insight because Asira has a theory why that's coming up, but
Shani automatically
Okay.
thinks it's Rytharia because that's the only silver dragon she knows. So she's just like, it's the Rytharia.
because Asira's thinking Silver Dragon, yeah, and that's a terrible roll. I rolled a 4.
What are you trying to figure out with a silver dragon?
Well, because there's a few comments about Silver Dragon being around, and Asira's going, is there a Silver Dragon in disguise that he doesn't know about?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You got
Are you
confused
gonna
with Silver
try to
Dragon.
persuade or deceive?
I was just going. I'm just checking.
I mean-
My persuasion is the same as deception. I was just going to roll one of the two just to see if he could read Leonis. I do have one other question though. How open are the hallways here?
What do you mean?
Like, how big are the hallways that we're walking down?
These hallways are probably about around this chamber. So this one appears a narrow hallway. It's
So we're in a
probably-
narrow hallway, you say?
No, you guys are still in this room.
Oh, okay. I thought
The
we were.
hallways themselves. Oh, a selfie. She's a good name. The hallways themselves. These two are big enough to accommodate two of the angels with their wings out.
All right.
This whole place is made to accommodate winged beings.
Fair enough. This is just to see if you can read him, not that he's deceiving. He has no idea what you're talking about. A silver dragon.
No.
Tashini's still probably on not Alucard's Estes
shoulder.
shoulder.
It's been a long day. It's been a long day. How's it going at that Pashini?
Good. The only silver
Okay.
dragon that I know is Ratharia, and she's really old, but she looks really young, but she's still old.
And you've all met her, so
Yeah, we have.
it could be her. It could not be.
Oh, yeah.
Rest.
We're going to take a rest now, you said.
Yeah. Going to the
Headed back to
castle.
the castle.
Where's
Before
this
they-
castle anyway?
Well, you'll get taken there. Decimus actually walks up and he looks at Morgan and he just nods to you and he just motions, we'll talk after this. Decimus gets up to say, I'll take you to the castle, the keep.
Uh-oh.
What? Hello?
Hello?
My internet connection is being weird.
You're still here.
If you can hear me.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Everything just froze up for a second, but it seems to
Yeah.
be fine now.
My internet
Yeah, I think
connection.
we're okay.
Can you all see me? Like, am I still
No.
moving?
Well,
We
your
can
face
hear
is
you.
frozen, but we can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. How about now? Is it?
Yeah, there we
back?
go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. Cool. That was weird. Okay.
Technical difficulties.
Alright, but yeah, Decimus gets up and does his thing. Comes over, walking like Dwayne The Rock Johnson. These two get up. She looks a little shaky, but she's fine. Starts walking out this narrow hallway and disappears.
I am not on the map. I am nebulous.
You are a light being.
Cynthia stays where he's at. He's fuming still. Decimus goes and looks at all of you. If you're ready, we can leave.
Yeah.
Lenza is waiting for you.
Where is this castle?
Well, it's not so much of a castle as a really big cathedral to castle combination, kind of like, you know, every 3 houses. But
What was that?
it's kind of like Fire Emblem.
I heard that. I heard that, Ari. I caught
Uh-huh.
that. You explained again.
I've not been playing the hell out of that game or not, and that was the closest example I could think of at the moment.
That I would get, yeah.
My brain's been in Fire Emblem mode for the last way too long. But yeah, you guys get ported back. Leonis,
Hi.
you find yourself. It's very cold, almost like. What court are you from again? Oh wait.
Yeah.
Oh. Have you been there?
No.
It's really
It's
cold.
colder than I'm used to.
Oh. It's really freaking cold. Air is. Oh, here we go. I think this is the picture I used. Hold up. That I showed you guys. Did I show you guys one? No, that's the wrong one. I did not. Hold up a second. Oh, I didn't mean to add another character. No! I thought I
What
had
have
this
you
character.
done?
Oh shit. Stupid extra mouse buttons kicked me out of the game.
It's all right. It's just a massive place.
Stupid extra mouse buttons.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
That was a very
Sorry,
Kashini
that was
sneeze.
really high pitched.
That was a very
Sorry for the
Kashini
ears.
sneeze.
It's adorable.
Uh,
There it is.
Why is it so goddamn cold here?
we can switch. It's gonna be warm here.
That's what the Great Keep looks like from the outside.
Ooh, that's just pretty.
Okay.
Are we inside there at this point, or?
You guys are. You guys, Decimus ports you guys right into Alenza's sitting room. She's having a cup of tea with I'm having a minute. Hold on, my brain just completely
With
totally
Aldrich?
Think
Aldrich,
about
I
it,
don't know.
sound
Yeah.
it out.
She's sitting having a cup of tea with Aldrich in their sitting room. Fire's going. She's in her casual clothes, no armor on. She's just sitting back, having a nice old relaxing time.
Then surprise.
Bashini, the second she goes and she's just like, sweet tea! She just runs up and and she's like, hey, Winklow. Like she waves. And then she also asks, give me like 2 seconds to check what she needs. She needs a few other things. She's just like, do any of you have a jade circlet that would fit my head? Or a jade ring that's worth like 1,500 gold? Because I really need it for a thing and it'd be really cool.
We can get you one, Little Centaur, but I don't. She's very confused, and Aldrich just looks up and starts saying something in sign language that I don't think any of you but Alucard can understand.
Leonis puts his mask back on.
Leonis, you see these two people. Hold on. I thought I had him down for that, but I didn't.
Tashini just barges in and asks for stuff.
Could I have this really expensive thing? Also, it's hilarious that you're going to use a ring as a jade circlet because that's how it would work.
Yeah, it's literally how it would work. For her, a ring is literally a circlet. As long as it's worth that, it's the only thing I can think of that would work for her head. Unless the jade circlet could automatically just shrink.
Lord Commander Stormwood.
Leonis, do you have keen senses? I forget.
Does Leonis have keen senses? No, he does not.
Okay. Whatever. Yeah, you see these two sitting in the room, no armor on, just in their casual clothes. He can't speak. He starts talking in sign language. Alucard, you can read it. He's just saying good evening and that they will attempt to find Pashini something.
Like, I really need it because I can do something really cool, but it has to be a surprise.
She's just bloody out.
Leonis, the female, she's got long ears. She's clearly elven of some type. It's not clear what exactly kind of elf she is. It's really hard to tell.
Huh.
He looks human.
Right. As Leonis is scrutinizing these two new faces, is there a blanket in the room that isn't being used?
Yeah.
He's gonna walk over and grab it and wrap it around himself.
Are you gonna go sit next to the fire?
Yep.
Okay. She looked and she's like, oh, you've brought a new friend with you.
Yeah, he's from my world. I don't know him though. We've never met until a day ago.
She's just counting on her fingers. She's like, wait, no.
Why do you live somewhere so cold?
His wife's missing, and I'm gonna help him find his wife. She's really pretty.
We live here because someone's got to be in charge of the Wild North.
Glad it's you, and not me.
He can handle it, and I'm an elf. and grew up here, and this is where I'm comfortable. But well, I didn't grow up here. I moved here after some events took place. But
Ah, yes, events.
This is just like, "Brah."
she just shrugs and I'm old. We can get you some warmer clothes. Why did you bring him here without warm clothing, Decimus? And she just looks at him. The familiarity that she talks to Decimus with is almost like a good friend or a sibling just chastising another sibling or friend.
Right. Could I actually make one check for Leonis when looking at this elf?
Her?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just to see
Her
if he
eyes
can.
are purple, by the way. It's really hard to tell on that picture.
All right. Just to see if he could determine which one of them is older.
Between her and you?
Yeah. What did I get?
3.
It's too fucking cold.
Actually, thinking on it, because of how old you actually are.
Where did I write that down? There it is.
What'd
you say?
Roll one more time.
Okay. Can I get lower? I can. It is possible.
It is advantage.
All right. How is that? That's 15.
How old are you? Message me how old you are again. I forgot. Oh god.
We're the same age.
It's a hard one. You're not far off, actually. It's hard to tell. She is very old. Maybe as old or older than you, might be slightly younger, you're not sure.
Right. We're in the same ballpark, as it were.
Just about. So she's been around long enough to have known shit that's happened. So.
Trishini's gonna go over to Leonis before she ends up like running around trying to find a place to sleep.
Violent shivering.
She's gonna just tug on the blanket. She's going like, "Are you and your wife bondmates? Like, is that a thing? Because everybody tells me it is, but then
just
there's
puts
other
a
people
finger
like
on
my mom."
Kushini's mouth.
she's just like.
Leonis, she will not stop until you get into this. So.
Dice, why do you hate me so much?
She just goes, "Oh, before you interrupt them, my mummy says that bondmates don't exist because then they take you away from people, and she doesn't want me to be taken away. But then I got lost, so technically I am taken away from her."
My dice curse is still in effect. That was a nat 1 and a fucking 2. Jackie, fix it!
And then she goes back to Leona.
She's just like, "You didn't answer my question."
I will whisper it to you in a secret later.
Okay. She's just like,
the Elenza, she looks at you kind of funny, Leonis. She just kind of you get the sense that she's kind of just staring right through you. And there's also another air about her that you noticed when you rolled your insight check. There is a very calm, non-threatening feeling of death all around her. Kind of like the feeling you get around Decimus.
Okay, I get it.
Understand. The rest of you know that she is the horseman of death, but Leonis, you can infer. That's what he meant by death awaits you.
Yep. Even knowing that, it's still not very comforting.
She's more death-oriented than you know. But Decimus does grab Morgan and goes, "Well, I'm going to borrow this one for a while. The rest of you, lenses are yours." And he just kind of like pulls you out of the room and No, we don't talk about that game. Pulls you out of the room and into the other side room. To talk.
Maybe I should go and I think I say we'll do because I think I say we'll report in and basically tell both the Lord Commanders the story of what has happened since the last one, and just do the whole download everything. Just
Not
this is what's going on.
Not even what the fuck happened. What the fuck happened? Like, it's that
What
bad.
the
We have to.
F-O-O-K.
Okay. Like we're at that level of bad. We're
just all. So we started with the teleportation going fucking wrong.
Oh, that's
we worked the blasted dragon, and then everything.
Pashini just
Right,
shows up the
she
scale and
doesn't
things.
know since we left for the dragon. Oh my god, she doesn't know.
She knows nothing right now. All she
Jesus
knows is what
Christ.
Magnus has told her.
Oh,
And actually,
God.
Knock does come at the door, and Magnus walks in, and all she knows is what Magnus knows. And Magnus only knows that Nadine got taken, and you guys fucked off somewhere. So,
Pashini will probably by now kind of just run off to go somewhere to sleep. But before she leaves, she will probably be just like, "Don't forget, I need a jade circle that can fit my head."
you guys
Runs
look
off
at
and
the
goes
option
back to sleep.
before we continue. You guys look at the option to either go back and stay at Magnus's place again, or stay in the keep, because you guys were given rooms by Alenza to stay in. So it's up to you on that. But
Yeah,
Alenza
Pashini's
and
gone to
Aldrich and Magnus just sit and listen to this whole story of everything that's happened so far. And Aldrich just kind of looks at her, does something with his hands. Alucard, you see that him say something about that would explain what happened to Alistair. You don't know who that is. And she kind of just nods. What?
Yeah, I say with offering the Gilda's update to minutes going as unclever as this sword is, I prefer a more blunt force weapon. It feels better in my hand, and I think we will need every advantage that we have.
Oh, well, Magnus goes, I will see about getting you a new weapon. We can discuss that when we leave. And he actually looks at Leonis and takes off his cloak, which is a nice big fur cloak, and hands it to you. He goes, I don't need this. You can have it.
Thank you.
And you see entering the room this Magnus character. He's a tall, very pale man with red eyes and long curly red hair. He has this commanding presence about him, like he's a commander in like an army or a conquering presence.
Right. Like a horseman of conquest.
Yeah, maybe.
I have met 3 horsemen, and not a single one of them had a horse.
Well,
that might be our fault.
Well, no, Snowball is back. He's very angry, but he's back. Thank you. And then
You are okay.
What? Do you not like my horse name?
In all honesty, it seems to almost like detract a bit from, makes you relatable as, like a person, but your role, don't worry about it, I'm cold.
I have a sense of humor, unlike Naval.
That's healthy.
The boy is too angry sometimes. But then again, he's like, I don't know what else to say about the boy. He's angry. But Yeah. So Alenza will listen to all of this, and then they'll send you guys to spend a few days relaxing. You'll have a few days downtime, but they'll send you guys to your rooms. Decimus, we'll cut to Decimus real quick, and then we'll go back to the room so you guys can finish whatever you have to say to Alenza and Aldrich and Magnus.
So
But we'll
no
cut
long
to...
rest or long rest?
You'll get a long rest.
But not yet.
Yeah, I'll let you guys finish that conversation in a second after we do the Decimus
Gotcha.
conversation.
Quick. Promise. It's gonna be now I feel it. So as soon as we get like separated, Morgan will turn to him and say, "Does it have to be her?"
It's whoever she chooses it to be, Morgan.
Why can't it be me?
She didn't choose you.
Why can't she choose me? Nadine is needed. They need her. Atlantean needs her. Seven's not. And she like stops. She pauses. And she'll say, "She's the rightful queen.
Seven
She
is her
belongs
choosing
here."
Does Nadine not get a choice? If she accepts Oriel's proposal or Oriel's request, then what? Are you gonna fight her on it?
She doesn't say anything. She just kind of looks off. And
She chose her because of who she is and what she is. Nadine came from a sun god's angel. Oriel is fire. You came from death. I'm sorry. You came from me. You came from the archangel of death. I have no flame. Not like that. That is a fire of life. Do you really want that? Because I can tell you right now what it would do to you.
what would it do?
Well, it would probably tear you apart from the inside from the conflicting energies. It needs to go to a being of life. Even Naval could take it, but we all know that's not a good idea.
Just give it to Bashidi. She'll do great with it.
Bashidi as the archangel of fucking fire would be terrifying.
Just this little tiny thing. It's just like, hello.
No.
Be fucking terrifying. Things would just be burning all over the place.
She'd just be sitting there, just like, I don't know, doing something.
All around me are familiar faces.
This is fine. But
Uses it to kill the day king. There we go, win.
But yeah, Decimus just
On board.
He leans back against the wall. He does not have his wings out right now. He just kind of leans back against the wall and looks at you with that dad look. He's not got a smirk on his face or anything. He's being dead serious.
Yeah.
Which is unusual.
Dead serious.
Ha!
Okay, so what are you gonna do about the proposal? I'm assuming you all are not letting them come back to the table.
Well, actually, I am of mind that we should let them come back.
Really? Weren't they banished for a reason?
Well, we are to operate under the assumption, or not the assumption, bad choice of words, sorry. We are to operate under the order of the scales. If things are unbalanced, we balance them. The scales have been unbalanced for several years now. They tipped back in the right direction when Azrael sat down on his throne. I have a feeling when Lucifer sits down back on his, then things will go back to being balanced. Because this conflict is an unnecessary conflict. It was unnecessary back then, and it's unnecessary now.
You believe that then as well?
Lives are being taken, or have the potential of being taken, that don't need to be taken just yet, so yes. It's my job to protect death. But that also means protecting life before it needs to be taken away.
Okay.
I don't want a war. That's not my MO. My MO is going back and having everyone have a nice, good time relaxing and being happy. War is not that.
Okay. So where does that leave us? We've been put out on this mission
Well,
to stop this from happening.
I have a feeling they're going to want you to continue trying to prevent any further conflicts, so peacemakers for now. I don't know. I don't know what Michael will decide. His vote is the final deciding vote, and he's yet to say anything.
Do you think that if you all agree to let him back to the table, that all of this will stop? Because isn't this all about him in the first place?
It's possible. It's also possible that fighting will start again. Cynthia seems to be the main problem, honestly.
He a little bit angry.
I think we might need to be having a talk with Cynthia soon.
I agree. Well,
A long one. He might need a nap.
not in the same way that Lucifer has had a nap.
He's not had a nap in several years. He might need one. He kind of dodges it a bit.
Morgan just kind of looks at him with her eyebrows raised, and then she...
Here's the thing. We don't sleep. Sometimes we need to be forced to sleep. Cynthia's has not done that in a very, very long time. He is driving himself mad. He needs to sleep.
So are you worried about Cynthia's in the same way that you all were worried about Lucifer?
No, if Cynthia snaps, we're going to have a bigger problem on our hands. So we don't need that one going mad. Because that one can give the humans more power to kill each other than the rest of us can.
And we definitely don't need that.
Because he's over invention and technology and he can
Yeah,
kill something.
I remember.
I've invented something new, the gun.
Exactly. Or worse.
Machine gun.
Laser rail guns.
From XCOM.
Give them Gundams.
Oh no.
That's a different system.
Yeah, Dwarven mechs.
Yeah, no.
Well, I'll leave you to it then, I guess.
Don't worry. We'll work it all out. We usually do.
She just kind of nods and pauses, and then just like turns around and like leaves.
As you're leaving, he says, you might want to talk to Nadine and get this out of your system. It's not fair to her.
I think that's what Pashini also kind of said, but she said it more loudly.
He says it's not fair to her. And then he leaves. He's gone. Poof.
Oh, I hate that so much. No.
There's feathers on the
That's
ground.
not fair.
I'm gonna call you out on something serious. Bye.
That's not fair at all.
He gives
She
you that
just
bad
kinda-
look as he fucks off too. He's just
Right. She like whips around, and then he's gone, and she just like shakes her fist like, oh, I hate that.
you
Hate it
hear
when you
like him chuckling in the back of your mind.
There's like feathers on the ground.
Yeah.
She like picks them up and then like
We're gonna burn them all at once. Fuck you, Dad, get back here.
The fire's a lot warmer now.
she picks them up and like pocks them, and she like leaves like irritated. Like she's like visibly irritated now.
Are you gonna go sleep at Magnus's house or are you gonna go upstairs?
Would you like to separate the party?
Wait, everybody's at Magnus's house?
No. They're
No.
still in that same room. They haven't left yet.
Pashini's already gone. She's gone to sleep.
Did you go to Magnus's place or did you go upstairs to your room?
No, she's staying in the
Yeah.
palace. It was the closest for her to go to sleep because she wants to find Leonis's wife.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll stay where everybody else is staying. No point in splitting the party.
Can't kidnap anybody in the middle of the night.
Don't do that again.
It's my thing, guys. All right, but yeah. Back in the
I mean,
room.
I can switch.
Back in the room. Morgan comes. I guess Morgan. Do you go up to your room or do you go back into the room?
I'll go back into the room.
Okay. They're finishing up whatever conversation. Do you guys have anything else to say to them?
You see Morgan walk in and she's like visibly irritated, but she doesn't say anything. She just comes in and like stands up against the wall and just like half pays attention to what you all are doing, but she is obviously like not in the room for real.
Decimus is chuckling in the back of your mind.
So irritated.
You notice her come in looking a little bit frazzled.
Are you all right?
I'm fine.
How can you be? It's so bloody cold.
Leonis is just complaining.
I was just gonna go to like narrator voice. She was not actually fine.
Right.
He was not actually fine.
Alenza, actually, let me see if Alenza and Aldrich notice.
No good dice for you.
Aw, sad Ari face.
I got a 1 and a 4. I'm so cursed.
You do realize though that this is for the out of combat stuff. For when we get in combat, we're gonna get that 20, that 20, that 20, that 20. We're gonna get over.
Exactly.
Why did you say that?
Because we
Roll
know
initiative
that
right
the
now,
end
you-
is approaching.
Was that a nat
What?
20? Was that a nat 20? Wow, freaking nat
Burn the
20.
nat 20.
No way.
You know what you just did there, Phil? You just talismaned where you're like, it's gonna be a 20 now. You summoned the eldritch power of
Goth
the
Dad
horns.
helped me. Goth Dad helped me.
Yep.
Thank you,
Anyways,
Goth Dad.
What was that? Not nat 24.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Initiative.
Continue.
But yeah, if you guys have anything else left to say to Owens and Aldrich.
Just download everything. I just.
Maybe you should spend some time in the chapel. I see her. She says to you, I forgot you can read Aldrich's hand sign language too. I forgot, my bad. You
Yeah.
both can understand him when he talks. And he agrees.
We'll do, and yeah, straight to the straight. Let's take it straight away.
Magnus will actually grab you on the shoulder and he's actually, if you would like to come with me, it will get you a new weapon. But you have to
Okay.
come back with me to the house. I don't have them here.
Yes, I will do that. Then let's go.
AC gets kidnapped. No, I don't know.
No, not with Magnus. Magnus is very capable of smiting anything that might try and jump you guys.
Yes, I still will go with Magnus straight off.
Alright, do the rest of you stay here or go with Magnus? Magnus is just going to help him go return his weapon at Walmart and get a new one, so...
Okay.
Does following require that we go outside?
Yes.
Leonis is not moving.
No, I'm dead.
But the guy with fire resistance is walking outside sooner than the.
So, just for your information, because I, for some reason, deleted it, Magnus's house in town is over here.
Okay.
This is his temporary house for when he has business at the keep. Alexander is there, by the way.
What, in the keep or in the house?
In the house.
In the house.
Okay. I did debate on whether Pashidi was going to go straight to Magnus's house to piss off Xander Panda, but no. She's going to say, she'll probably do that later.
But yeah. If you don't have anything else for Linz and Aldrich, they give you Leonis plenty of clothing to re-outfit you. They give you a room upstairs in the keep. The rest of you guys you all get a long rest.
Yeah.
Let me find you a new mace, and I will tell you what it is.
So Pashini, when she's going to sleep, she's going to do dream again.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to go dream walking looking for Leonis's wife.
Oh god, I'm turning into Faye Batman. Where is she?
No, it's like if she doesn't find her, I know where she's going to go. So it's like she said that she would help.
Just imagine
So-
a pitch shifted Pashini voice into the Batman
Oh my
like
god.
bass timbre, but with the Pashini mannerisms.
That's too powerful.
The
Oh,
cowl
boy.
is just the hair full of sticks and everything.
But yeah, she's gonna do some dream walking.
Alright, give me 1 second.
Leonis's wife is gonna have a nickname, and it's gonna be Fawn because that's the only thing that she knows.
Can you use a great axe, or do you want a hammer or a mace?
I've got all weapons, so
But do you use a shield?
Actually, I've got one for you.
I'm proficient in shield, but essentially, like, just give me something big to just whack someone with.
Can we get a Mace of Angel's Bane? Does 3d10 extra damage against angels specifically?
I'm gonna give you 2 different things to choose from.
Yay.
So just pick one of these 2.
You get characters that's some like, yeah, I'll use kind of weapons, but this is just give me blunt force trauma. Just the,
Okay,
They're warhammers, but
choose your words more carefully. Don't
Yeah.
just state to someone at random, just give me blunt force trauma.
I
Especially
get
don't
that
say that to the DM. The DM's gonna be like, okay, by the way, there is now a storm giant.
While
your
walking in
room."
the street, you get kicked by a horse.
Or while walking in the street, suddenly a storm giant just appears right next to you.
All the blunt force trauma
Oh.
you need right there.
yeah, you can pick one of those 2. Be careful with one of them.
Well,
It is sentient.
Why?
the second one
you offer
I
it sentient?
can't see. I can't see the stuff. Because I don't have that on that thing.
Okay, hold on. Actually, I'll just copy paste it and send it to you.
Suddenly, Craven Edge appears in Azir's.
Oh
No,
no.
no. You can't have that.
Not far off.
Why?
Don't take that
Why?
one.
Don't take that one. Don't take the weapon that. What's the Harry Potter reference? How does it go? Never trust something if you can't see where it keeps its brain. It's actually good sound advice.
It really is.
I don't trust sentient weapons. I don't care how powerful they are. It's never a good idea to take a sentient weapon.
Magnus
have a
will
sentient
warn
weapon.
you about it being sentient when he gives you
Yeah,
the
the,
option to choose.
That's the one I can read. I did the other one.
Oh, that's the one you can read?
Yep.
Oh, my bad.
Just screenshot it.
Yeah.
30-50 chance.
No, I legit thought you could. Why can't? Oh, because it's Baldur's Gate. Okay.
Yep.
Sorry, I have everything on D&D Beyond. So.
Did it give you the new book?
No, but I have all of the books up until the new ones came out.
Okay.
So, and then Derek DM shares with me, so I have the other one.
So yeah, does Pashini find anything?
Roll me a d20.
Okay. Just straight up D20. 18.
Okay. You find yourself in a almost looks like a Fey-looking land.
Mm-hmm.
It looks kind of like the Feywild, but it's a little bit different. It looks like there's some plants and animals here that you've not seen before.
Okay.
The land looks kind of sick.
All right.
And there's off in the distance you can see a really dark-looking citadel nestled in the side of a mountain.
Okay.
Why are you doing this?
It's storming right now. You can hear the ocean not far off. You're in a dead forest, but you see a really pretty-looking group of trees not far off.
Mm-hmm.
Their leaves are kind of shimmering and glowing. You guys know exactly where I've.
I know exactly where it is. I need to remember Pashini does not. She has no idea.
You Monday game players know exactly what I've done.
You. That's not okay.
Oh, it's gonna get worse.
Yeah. So Esther's gonna go for your first option.
The
Yeah.
The sentient one or the ice one?
The sentient one.
Yeah. But no, but yeah.
Why? We have a literal angel about to be ascended into a new order. You're gonna add a sentient weapon to the mix.
Yes, absolutely.
And because
Why?
two reasons. Because one, seriously, I would kind of prefer that as a weapon, and two, I've never experienced a sentient weapon before as a player, so character and player.
Yes. Do what's interesting, not what's safe.
I gotta make sure.
Also,
This is bad.
This is gonna be
You're
bad.
amazing. I love your reaction. It's amazing.
Magnus is like, yeah, by the way, this is sentient. It has very good drawbacks. Why do I even have this? You're taking
I picked
it.
this one because of Magnus being a vampire and the bottom paragraph.
Why do I even have this?
So, actually, hold up a minute.
This is...
It might misbehave for you a little bit.
Some blatant misbehavior.
You're not a vampire. I mean, that can be fixed. But yeah, so Pashini, you find yourself in this forest. What do you do?
Okay. I mean, it's big and scary. She's just like, okay. She's probably. Does she see any signs of his wife anywhere, or is it just?
You see footprints in the dirt.
Okay, she follows.
It's about to storm. It's about to start raining, so you might lose these footprints. But it's storming.
Okay. Because she's the messenger of this dream, so she can turn into things. She'll follow the tracks, as they are now. And then she will probably turn into a wolf a little bit later on.
Oh, I just had an evil idea. Alright.
Stop.
You're gonna hate me in particular.
I'm preparing for it.
You follow these tracks, and they lead you. It seems to take you a very quick amount of time considering you're in the dream. They lead you up the side of the mountain into the Black Citadel. Inside.
Okay.
The walls are made of a black granite. They look like at one point they were well maintained and shiny, but they just look broken down and worn. There's dust on the floors, there's cobwebs, but there seems to be a particular path that's been smoothed out in the dust where it looks like it's been cleared away by something dragging through.
Okay.
something large.
Yeah, she's gonna continue following and going through.
As you continue up through this black citadel, you find that the drag marks end after a moment. You see big clawed prints in the dust, and they slowly get smaller and turn into like humanoid-sized footprints.
Oh, okay. I know exactly what's going on. Sheeni's just gonna keep going. She's looking for Leonas's back. That's just where she's gone.
What do you want? You think you know what's going on, don't you?
Maybe, I don't know.
Hashtag fake fuckery. But
I think I know what's going on. But she doesn't, so.
you find yourself in a bedroom. It looks like it was once a very nice, lavish bedroom. Probably royal quarters. Very large, old, decrepit bed. It's full of dust. There's a figure laying in it.
Okay.
Underneath the covers, you don't really see anything about them.
I need a roll to see if Sheenie goes up to the bed or like skirts around as far as possible. So she goes up to the bed to see the face.
They're covered up by the blanket. They're kind of like nestled down in the blanket with the covers still over their head.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, Kashidi will pull it back slightly.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Blood Mage is just like,
Blood Mage
oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
This is real bad.
Yeah, I'm wondering if you're thinking the same thing as me, but
I have two thoughts and both of them awful.
yeah.
Oh, is it gonna work? There we go. You see this face.
Run away.
Oh. Okay, question is, has Pashini heard anything of this person?
You know nothing of this person.
I know nothing?
Of
Okay.
this place, you know nothing of this person, nothing at all. You see that face, and they're dead asleep.
Okay.
Not dead enough.
Oh, you have no idea what I'm doing right now.
Oh shit! I forgot. Okay. Yep. Pashini's gonna walk away.
Pashini is fucked up. Is what Pashini is.
Can I roll something to see how much danger Pashini is in?
Does Pashini realize that she's in danger?
Like, dream-wise, she probably thinks this is a little weird because this is obviously not who she was looking for. Okay.
I'm pretty sure that it can't be.
Okay. I if possible, could I make a check to see if this is the correct dream that she is supposed to?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you want to just roll a straight d20 or insight?
Insight.
Insight? Okay.
You think you're in the right place, but you're not sure that face isn't the one that you saw.
Okay. Oh, she is so confused. I don't know what to do. Okay, hold on. I hate this. Okay, she's gonna poke. She's gonna poke. I just remembered what she did.
Yeah.
I fucked up so bad.
Fucked up. She kind of rolls over, and as she rolls over, her eyes pop open. There's no pupils. They're just straight yellow gold color. The eyes pop open, and she kind of smiles for a second, and her face flickers into that of Leonis's wife. For a moment, and she kind of stays there and smiles sweetly at you. And then she goes to grab Pashini. Dex save for me, Pashini. With disadvantage.
Disadvantage? Okay.
Yup.
Oh, shit. I am so fucked. She is so fucked.
Do
Oh.
we need to get a replacement player?
She's in trouble. She fucked up.
This is not good. This is in fact very bad.
Yeah, this is raw.
This is worse than
Oh!
Trail.
No!
Oh, it's at disadvantage, so she doesn't.
Yeah,
get the
it's
crit.
disadvantage 10. She fucked up. Okay. Question. While she's being grabbed, is it because she still has the mark of Lucifer on her forehead? She doesn't know. I know it's just a mark, but because I don't know. She's probably gonna like ask for help. She's probably gonna cry for help. I know that because that's the only thing I can think of.
Was it a 10?
Yeah, it's a 10. And also she's still. She's got her little. Screw Nilo.
What?
She's got her little bladed hoof. That's dormant.
She grabs you, she gets a hold of you, and it just feels. She's still wearing Nilo's wife's space.
Yeah.
Not Nilo's wife.
Or not
Leonis's
Nilo's wife, Leonis's wife. She feels wrong.
Yep.
Everything about this woman feels sick, feels wrong, feels dangerous. And you don't feel like you're the one that's in control of this dream anymore.
Okay, yeah.
Things
She
have
is.
shifted. The room is shifted.
Yeah.
You are now in your dream place.
Why does she have to be? Ooh, not low. Oh wait, no, that wouldn't work.
You're now in your dream place. You're now in your happy place.
It might.
She just
Ooh.
laughs a little bit. She just looks at you.
Does
I'm waiting for a visitor sometime.
Yeah, but I'm not the right visitor.
Oh no, you're just perfect little one.
Nuh-uh. Nope. Nope.
Oh
No,
no,
I'm
you're
not.
perfect. I think it might keep you.
Yeah, I'm not a pet. I don't like being
But
a
you're
pet.
useful.
If Pashini's in her dreamscape, most of the. So she has, as I've spoken with you, she has a little nightmare area. And most of those nightmares are like either taken from Nilo or taken from others, so they're technically not hers, let alone hers to control. Would she have the ability to break the nightmare scape that she has and her dreamscape and merge it together? Or is Sorayla like fully in control?
As far as you can tell, Sorayla's fully in control.
Okay.
You can try and break it.
I mean, yeah, she's gonna try. What do you want me to roll for that?
If you're gonna have disadvantage because she's more experienced.
It's fine.
Roll me a wisdom save.
Okay. No, for fuck's sake.
Oh, baby, that's a mark 20.
What? Why are you rolling well now?
She is so stuck.
Oh yeah, you're stuck. On that note, she just looks at you and she said, "Well, this is nice. I'll talk to you later, okay? Bye-bye." And she just lets you go, you think.
Pashini is instantly going to go find Lucy.
In your dreams.
She'll wake up first. Probably, because that's going to be a nightmare for her. She's not going to like that.
You have no idea who that woman was?
Nope.
Nothing.
Did it work?
Play with me, but...
Are you guys in the room with her?
As I recall, she fell asleep, like, next to Leonis, who was sitting in front of the fire. Am I incorrect?
Oh, she went up to her own room.
Okay, I didn't know that.
If you want to go check on her.
Sure.
Pashini,
Yeah.
you think you woke up.
Oh. Okay.
You look around, you're in your room. But it doesn't feel entirely right.
Okay, can I do an insight check? On if she can figure out if she's still dreaming or not. Do you want me to do it at disadvantage or no?
No, you can just do it regularly.
That's a 12.
That's a nat 1.
It's a nat 1.
12 and it's a nat 1.
What is going so wrong?
I don't know.
From like a simple, I'm gonna go try and find a missing wife to, I found Satan instead.
Yep, this is worse than anything. This is worse than like. Oh, okay.
The you roll initially was to see where you ended up, not if you got.
Damn it.
You ended up in one of the worst places you possibly could have ended up.
Yeah. And of course, I know exactly where she is. Jeannie has no fucking idea. All right. She will probably get up. She probably knows something's wrong, but she doesn't know what's wrong.
Leonis, you get to her door and it's kind of just open a little bit.
Knock on the door.
Shinny, you hear a knock at the door.
Okay. Tishina's gonna go to the door.
Leona, she comes and opens up the door.
Uh-huh.
Her eyes are wide awake, or wide open, and she's looking at you. Kashini, you see Azrael standing in the doorway.
Crap. Okay.
But it doesn't feel right. His hair color's off. It's white.
Ooh. Okay, she's gonna insight check that. Because that doesn't look right. 26.
It's not Azrael.
Yeah, it's just like...
You're
what?
realizing that you might still be asleep.
Yeah, just like... Why do you have white hair and why are you Azrael? That's not right. You don't look right. You look... That doesn't look right. She's just like... She looks very, like... weird.
Does Leonis hear all that said word for word?
She's speaking aloud.
What happened to you? And he'll just kneel down.
Am I hearing exactly what Leonis is saying? Alright. Well, I went somewhere and it looked really, really sickly. And then, well, I went to go find Leonis's wife, and then...
That I am Leonis.
No, but you look like Azrael.
When
It's
he
deceiving.
says that, you see his face.
Okay. It's like, oh, you said that!
I don't think I found your wife. I got very confused. Well, I ended up in a place where it looked really, really sick and everything looked very Fae-like, but it looked wrong. And then on one side, there was like some pretty trees and it looked nice. And then on the other side, there was this giant tower citadel thingy. And then I found some footprints, so I followed the footprints, and then I saw someone in a bed. So then I went to go look at the bed, and there was this lady, and then she grabbed me, and then she took me to my dream place, and I couldn't get out.
What did she look like?
Has to look at the image again. She had blonde hair. She didn't have any pupils in her eyes, and then she turned into your wife's face, and then she was your wife. But I don't think that was your wife because she's really scary, and I really don't like her. And she said that I would be useful, but I don't know what that means because I don't actually understand what she was talking about. And then she's kind of very scary,
Pashini.
and I don't get scared
Pashini,
yet.
I think we need to find some help.
She's just like, yes, please. I don't usually get scared, but she gives me the same feelings as that stupid sun thingy.
His ears turn into butterfly wings now.
You have butterflies.
I
just points
I
to
really
yours.
don't. Okay, something has gone horribly, horribly wrong. So with that wisdom saving though, he doesn't immediately go into a panic attack. Is it known that she's alive at this point, or no?
Mm-mm.
Oh no.
But yeah, and I forgot to mention, I saw these really big claw marks and dragging marks, and then they turned into little foots, but the feet were bigger than me, obviously, because I'm very small. And then I found her in her room, asleep.
Okay. I don't know who to talk to get you help in this place. Who do I need to talk to?
Well, the only more powerful things that I can think of are probably the angels or the Arcadians, or Dirt Mommy, but she's very skeefy.
Yes, she is.
I got you!
You got both of us. You're like, oh god.
Is any of the party nearby?
Their rooms are nearby, yeah.
I'm
guys
going
would
to
hear them
go
talking.
to the first one I see and just knock on the door.
First door you see will be Alucard's door.
I knock at the door.
Alucard is fast asleep. He's just trying to rest. Probably you'd have to be a little bit more forceful to wake them up.
Do you
I
lock
kick
the
the
door?
door.
I don't lock the door.
Oh, I check if the door's unlocked first.
Don't break down the doors in the keep. You guys have been breaking doors left and right. The poor servants.
I haven't broken any doors yet. I open up the door, and I'm, you know what, mage hand. I'm mage handing Pashini with me. You're gonna come with me now.
You just see Pashini go, wee! It's like, I can fly! She probably thinks she has wings or something.
Yeah.
Alucard, wake up. Now, please.
What is going on?
Pashini has had a problem. She's seeing stuff. I think she needs help.
Alright.
I got a question. Sorry. Pashini's little corruption thing in her hoof, has that changed or is that still the same?
Still the same.
Okay.
This is different.
Yeah. Pashini's on a trip. She's just like,
Look, I can fly, I can fly, I can fly.
She's hardcore tripping.
And here's butterflies.
At first I looked like Asriel, and then I had butterfly ears, apparently. Something has muddled her mind.
Do you suspect it's angels or fae or what is it?
It is Fae. And I need to find someone that can send a message.
Bring her here. Let me try.
Mage hand, go.
It's like, wee.
I cast. I touch the symbol, the holy symbol I've had to Michael, and I utter for something that's been. I haven't uttered full-on prayers to that extent in several years, but I cast protection from evil and good, and I choose Fae.
Okay, Leonis is blast away. I don't think that's how that spell works, actually. Never mind.
It says the target can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by the creature type that I choose. If Leonis is telling me Fae, I choose Fae. And if they're already charmed, frightened, or possessed, they have advantage on any new saving throw against the relevant effect.
Yeah. I mistook it for a magic circle. That was a different spell.
Let me check something real quick, see if that works.
Oh yeah, this is right. This is 100 years before the action Monday.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Machini's the first one to know.
They're about to know.
Oh god.
Yeah, you can make a wisdom save, Pashini, to try and break this.
Okay. I would do that. Is it at disadvantage or
No,
just regular?
He's giving you advantage on it, so.
Okay. 21 and 21.
The room starts to look normal again.
Your butterflies are gone.
That's a good sign, I hope.
Hello, Gumdrop. How are you? You had really big teeth. You look more like a dragon than a dragonborn.
Alucard, do you know anyone that's in this palace that's sort of like a diplomat, can send messages across planes? Has that power?
Why do you need to do that?
Reasons.
I think after that, Alucard will usher you both out of their room, and will say, if you require me to try and cast a spell again, or need protection, feel free to do so. Otherwise, good night. I assume this is within the usual bounds of what Pashini gets into. And then they say, I'm sorry, Leonis, and they close the door. And they say, find a cleric. They're much more suited for this.
Okay. I'm just gonna go back down to that room where the horse lady of death was.
Pashini will follow. So she doesn't know what's going on, but she doesn't want to go back to sleep.
Okay. The door is shut.
Knock, knock.
It is open, but it is opened by the man, not Val.
Hello. I need to send a message to the Fey Realms. Do you have a diplomat that deals with them, please?
Apparently what I said has caused him to be very, very urgent.
He starts talking in sign language, and then he just realizes that you don't understand him.
I am sorry, I do not understand that.
It's going to go get a piece of paper.
Thank you.
And what was the question again?
I need to find someone that can cast Sending into the Fey Realm.
He writes down, hold on, let's go find my wife, and gets up. Leads you down a hallway, and she's in a office area at a desk working on something. There appear to be what appear to be holy texts in front of her.
Right.
Pashini's gonna be like, what's the big problem? What?
She remembers telling him, so I was like,
what did I say that has caused you to get very panicked? What's going on?
You explained that you met the perpetrators of one of the largest genocides in the history that I know, and they're supposed to be dead.
Oh, she didn't look very dead if that's her. I don't know who you're talking about, but... Okay. She's just gonna be like... Fashini doesn't get scared, but now she's actually quite terrified.
For the sake of brevity, Leonis just is going to explain that he wants to find someone that can send a message to one of the Night Court rulers. If not them, one of their diplomats.
Okay. She'll agree and she'll tell you that she can send it.
All right. I will send you my message in text, and you can move on, because I don't want to hog too much time.
Okay. Well, is there anything else anyone else wants to do in the morning?
I think just rest and just wake up and check in on Nisir.
Yep.
That's all. Just make sure that that he's fine, and check in on Morgan, because I know the previous day it was, especially with the visible demonstration of being upset, Morgan was not doing so great.
Shady will probably stick close to Leonis for the night. Like, if they end up going back to his room, she's probably gonna try to sleep again, but not dream.
Morgan, what are you doing?
Probably when Alucard comes to, am I unmuted? I'm unmuted, right?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, just making sure. Probably when Alucard comes to check on Morgan, she's probably just like waking up, and she's normal, so she doesn't do much. She's just kind of waiting for the next step. So when Alucard comes to check, are we doing anything today? What's the plan for the day? Have we heard anything from anyone?
As of yet, no news, but I'm just taking the time to check in if you need anything.
I'm fine. It's a better day. More positive day. All is well. And then like you see her like starting to get a little bit more irritated. No, I'm fine. I promise I'm fine. Let's just, I guess, congregate with everyone and figure out what our next move is.
All right. Alucard will start to head up, but we'll say as they're heading out, I'm not good with the whole talking thing, but I am good at letting people get things out, and for lack of better words, rage if they ever need it. So I can take a few punches if you need to just hit something for a bit if you'd like.
She like smiles a bit, and then I'm not very violent unless I need to be, but thank you for the offer anyway.
It's not a matter of violence. It's what you need. If it's what you need to get out, it's what. But what do I know?
Thank you for your offer.
You're welcome. There's just and probably not something you see happen very often. Just a very big, toothy grin that's actually genuine, as opposed to just like, I'm so fed up with this shit. I'm already too old for dealing with all of this shit as it is. But just sort of carries on.
Mm-hmm.
But is like giving space for you to walk alongside them if you're still interested.
Yeah, I'll follow along, and
then we'll do.
I guess we'll
go check in on Aesir.
Gotcha.
Who is in the central chapel? Praying.
I'm covering my spell slots.
Getting the spell slots back.
You're doing the whole prayer thing. It's like, God, Give me my shit back. I really need it right now.
Dear Mortalis, I fucked up and used all my spells. Can I have them back?
Yeah, I'm just kind of going through, just spending quite a bit of time prayers over his new weapon. And yeah, so that's where you find him kind of on one knee in front of the altar, fully armored, shield on, weapon laid very delicately in front.
What is the new weapon? What's it look like?
It
It
I don't know if I
is.
have a picture of it, do I?
It's
There's no
a.
image for it yet.
It is a. Well, it's a. It's definitely a sizable warhammer, probably a bit chunkier than the base one he had before, but as well as it's carved. Got the dwarven runes all over it. And you would know anything about weapons, it's most definitely a very well made weapon.
Does it just seem like a regular weapon to me?
No. It feels like there's something else to it. Roll me an Arcana or a religion check. Something's off about it, but you're not entirely sure what.
Just as a hunch, just because of everything that's been happening. Let me see. Where's that thing? It's somewhere down here. I want to try and use Divine Sense just on the weapon.
Okay.
Because it specifically says, you also detect the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated. I don't know whether this is too outside the bounds of that ability, but if there's something just off about it, that seems like enough to just... We've seen a lot of Celestial and now Fae and also just general terrible things.
So you do know Magnus and Pietro are vampires, high-level vampires. So you're familiar with the presence of those beings. You'd also know that Mortalis allows vampires to be among the ranks of his paladins. So being a vampire, not necessarily in this setting, is an evil thing. This thing, however, does have that kind of darker vampiric presence about it. It's got some sort of vampiric aura about it that it almost seems like it's alive.
Alucard will go up to Aesir and just say, if this, and sort of gestures towards the weapon, if this becomes a liability or becomes a risk to all of us, I will find a way to take it. That's not a threat. That is a statement of fact.
If it becomes a liability, Alucard, then I will do all my best to aid you in that.
I can also take you, so it's not that big of an issue. Just very casually, like, just cracks the knuckles, just as an emphasis on the point.
Well done.
I love friendly Alucard when they decide to be like joking.
I said definitely chuckles and goes, well, I think if this all goes smooth. Well, it will not go smoothly, but if we survive this and when everything blows over, maybe we try that out. And just for laughs.
For you are faithful to war. I was bred and born in it, so I think I'll
Yes.
win.
I think I'll give you a run for your money.
The threat there.
And I say Raise as a gauntlet in hand because he's nearly just.
Like it's very much meant with like seriousness of like the safety of the group overall is like you can tell Alucard they take it as a very serious thing, but also as like you are a friend and I don't actually want to have to kick your ass, but I will if I have to.
So you get very much the same vibe, but it's definitely a. I'm not as easy to take as you might think.
Also, I have banishment.
So do I.
just constant chain banishment. Same time.
I wonder if that would be really bad. That's like putting 2 bags of holding beside each other.
Yep.
Like,
No. The thing is that I actually think it would be an interesting fight because he could just yeet me out of this plane of existence, but the moment I come back, I'm taking an action surge for 6 minutes. And I got divine spite.
This is why you just stop time and take care of your problems then.
Oh, so many problems.
but yeah.
I got 99 problems, and this fight is gonna become one.
Alenza comes into the chapel as you two are having this very interesting discussion about yeeting each other into another dimension. She's not wearing her armor today, she's just in robes. She looks between the two of you and she goes, I'm glad that you two are getting along so well. You didn't talk a word barely before you two went on this mission. I'm glad it helped you make some friends.
Lady. A series this plague. That's plague getting confused there. Alucard is a Alucard is a mighty warrior. Because we were unsure of each other at first, as we had only just met. But for now, at this point, I am sure if I were to fight to the end with anyone at my side, Alucard would be among my first I pick. Anyone.
It's good to have a battle buddy.
Both player and character are laughing in response to that one.
1600-year-old elf saying the words battle buddy.
That's you know what that's what we signed on for just moments like that where 1600-year-old elf just says battle buddy.
Yay.
She just smiles and she's like, it's good to see you smile, Alucard.
I'm sure that will not be happening for the rest of the day.
Oh, I'm sure it will. You've got the day off. Go have a drink.
I should spend some more time trying to heal that curse of Toshini.
Actually, on that note, I've looked at it while she was sleeping. She doesn't know this, but I looked at it while she was sleeping. It's not a curse.
Oh boy.
It's almost like I can't explain. It's like a communication mark almost.
Oh.
It's a
Does
really,
it?
she can get rid of it at any point, but we can't get rid of it. It can only be gotten rid of by the user and the other user.
And who's the other user?
Well, I'm assuming I don't know, whoever's dream she visited.
What, just that? So has it changed? Or is it still the same symbol?
It's still the same symbol.
Okay.
Now she's putting this together and go,
I don't know whose dream she visited, but I'm assuming
by Mortalis.
Alucard and Xia are having the same shared sentiment of God damn it. Literally, God damn it.
She shifted into Lucifer. That's how she woke him up. Oh,
By the way,
God,
Pashini doesn't know this.
Oh. Well, like I said, it's voluntary. She can get rid of it at any time. I don't know that she knows that.
And I do not know, and I do not think she would, because she seems to like him.
She opens her
Oh.
mouth to say something and then she shuts it.
My lady, with all due respect, we're proposing a scenario in which a being who has never understood what it means to stop talking when they have remote interest in something, to stop talking to someone.
Ah, yes, it does seem to pose a problem. You see,
Do you have a silence caller by any chance, or a spell?
I mean,
Something that she cannot dispel. So she would do
no,
that.
but we could. Never mind, that's violent. We'll not do that.
Well,
Don't squish the centaur.
I'm this close. This close.
To what?
Squishing the
Squishing the
centaur.
No, she was more insight her if you want to know what she was suggesting.
Oh, I'm not. Alucard's just gonna assume it involved
28.
several things.
It involves something to do with her vocal cords.
Yeah, that's exactly what Alucard assumed and what the player assumed.
That's fucked up.
I went straight to Twilight Zone guy who goes by a year without saying a single word levels of like vocal cord destruction. That's where I went.
Well, she was gonna be nice about it, but no, she's like, no, that's too violent.
Well, and I think again, she is so chaotic. She will either save us all or kill us all. It's going to be one of the two.
In my experience, the ones that are more childlike are more often the ones that can see the truth. So perhaps what we discussed last night is not. I mean, perhaps Azrael was not lying, and I've never known him to lie. But perhaps he just wants to talk. Perhaps he does just want the peace. I can't say. I am supposed to be a neutral party in this. I don't act under the Arcadians' orders, I act under my father's orders. The other neutral party in the universe.
This is a lot bigger than I think we first thought.
Well,
A lot more complicated.
yes, it's the
How
life of
wonderful.
immortals. Welcome to a taste of the life of immortals. Nothing's ever simple. I was there, Gandalf. No.
And as they bend down, take the pick up the warhammer. And has Asir been told its history?
What?
Or would Asir have been told its history or not?
Let's see if Magnus wants to have some fun or not. The one that 20 ruined the rest of my dice roll. Magnus may have forgotten to tell you what its history was.
Oh God, damn it!
He may have only told you part of it.
It's just a hammer. It's a normal hammer.
He may have only
Hammer
told you
made
that
by
it was
dwarves.
created by the dwarves.
It's a normal
And it's
hammer.
Yeah, and what out of the abilities it does.
He told you what it does and that it was created by the
Phoenix,
dwarves. He may
oh
have
my
forgot a
God.
particular detail.
Felix, I love your reactions to this. This is amazing. It's so good. Thank
It's
you.
just like, here's the thing. In my head I thought, okay, this is bad, but within the range of acceptable chaos and bad that is our campaign, this is on the lower end. Until Ari decides, no, he didn't mention it. That's actual bad. God damn it.
It's gone from okay chaotic to Pashidi chaotic.
Oh, depending on what she's gonna do.
Pacini chaotic is just its own scale that we have to move everything in the campaign to adjust around, including player actions. Our own actions are things that I treat on the typical scale of moral
Yeah, because
evaluation.
I was not intending on throwing Sorayla into this at all.
No, that's
you?
that's like me and Blood Mage are sitting here still freaking out about it because we know exactly what she can do. To some extent.
But
In
yeah,
any case,
We're lucky Pashini's not fucking dead.
but yeah,
Mm.
you guys don't know anything about what this weapon can do.
well, I still stand by my threat.
She just looks between you and she notices the weapon and she kind of cocks her head a little bit. Let me see if Alenza knows what it is.
She might tell.
Oh, that dice fell. I can't roll above a 10 for like a month now. She has no idea. She sees it. She's like, actually, let me see if she realizes at least the effect it's having. God damn.
Nope.
She has no idea. She's like, this looks weird. What kind of weapon is that you got from Magnus?
Magnus told me this hammer is called Whelm,
Okay.
created by the dwarves.
Oh, bloody dwarves.
I mean, it is for weight, it is perfect.
No wonder it acts, sound, or feels funny to me. Damn.
It reeks of the undead, doesn't it?
It does. And they
It
like
what?
to toy around with things.
It's
As undead weakness?
It's got
It is?
something undead about it.
Oh, Magnus.
vampiric would be more specific.
Well, Magnus gave it to me, so it probably has something to do with him.
It could just be some leftover lingering vampire energy from the house, you know. Alexander never leaves the place, so.
It's with that. Again, I see your concern, Alucard, but yes,
Stand by what I said before.
I'm aware.
What did you say to him?
If it
Becomes a
problem,
liability, I will take him out
yes,
for the safety of our group.
Sounds about right.
yes, and I will expect no less. Just as if Alucard becomes, in the kind of the tiny remote possibility, of which Pashin is most likely to have any of us become the liability, I will seek to take the Alucard out.
You both feel a sense of. You're familiar with Mortalis's presence. You both kind of feel that presence, but it feels for the first time that you've ever felt it amused.
You made God laugh. Well done. You did what a cleric seeks to do in their last days: make their God laugh.
And I see just like the thing walks over him, just no more conversations.
So what do we do?
Well, we'll take a few days, rest. Michael said he's not going to make a decision for probably about a week. He wants to keep them waiting, so. Go a few days to rest, go get yourself sorted. Stay here in town if you can.
Of course.
Don't let the little one out of your sight.
I think most of our time will be spent trying to catch the little one.
Maybe take her. So here's a thought. Let's do this. And he's going to be very mad at me if I tell you to do this. But you know what? I can handle Magnus. Take her to Magnus's house, and tell her that she has to stay there, and that Alexander wants to see her. He doesn't want to see her, but take her and tell her Alexander wants to see her. He will keep her amused.
I mean, he might try to kill her.
I don't think he will.
To be honest, several things have tried to kill her at this point.
She's look at her. She's like this big, right? She's not
Yeah.
worth the food.
I mean, it could just be an annoyance kill, But yeah. I'm sure it will at least provide us who know what the hell is going to happen some amusement.
Either just tell how Alexander wants to see her. He'll deal with her. You can go about your lives.
What do you think, Alucard? Shall we?
It's really strange for you both to see Alenza like this relaxed and this
just
like
casual in light of everything and like our general background with her. Just a sense of, yeah, so I need you to pawn off your responsibility onto somebody else. Otherwise, this will not end well for you, just for your own well-being. Yeah, I think Alucard will be doing the same. It's because it's just us two with Alenza, right? Because Pashini's off somewhere else. Leonis
Morgan,
is.
are you in the room with them?
That's what I was gonna ask too, because I was like,
Pashini is kind of freaking out now. Like
Wait, were we all
she
in
didn't
the
have a
same
very
room?
good sleep.
yeah, that's why I was curious.
They went into the chapel, so I didn't know if you had gone down there after, because you would have heard them leave to go down there.
Right.
Or you
Pashini's
stick around with Decimus and like use every one of those feathers and make his ass come back in his
Oh, jeez.
It's like, come back here, motherfucker! I have 5 of you.
like,
You right back
poofing
here.
back out of existence, and he's like,
Right.
"God damn it."
I don't think I would have gone into the chapel. I probably would have like waited outside because I expected it to be like something super duper quick. So I thought we were all gonna like congregate. So we were just like waiting outside the chapel and just.
Yeah.
Pashini's probably
Okay.
asking Leonis like a million questions. Because Pashini is physically like if you ever see Pashini, she's freaked out. She doesn't get freaked out at all.
So she's outside the room.
I think we both leave after the several conversations we've had about either kicking each other's ass, worrying about a weapon, making our gods laugh, or being buddy-buddy with our new commander battle buddy.
That amusement, if you guys don't already have inspiration, you can have it.
Inspiration.
You and Alucard and Nasir get inspiration from Mortalis for making him laugh.
I keep forgetting I have inspiration. I should have used it.
Yeah, then we'll probably head out and just
While chuckling
with Morgan and
yeah.
So
Morgan,
You all are in a good mood.
We have a proposition given to us by an unnamed source, and just sort of very like not covertly at all looks in the direction of Alenza.
She walks out just fucking chuckling.
Right, I'll just like when she walks out, I'll just after Alucard says that, I'll just like look at her and watch her walk, and then look at Alucard and like raise my eyebrows. Unnamed source. Okay.
We have what we might. Aesir, how would you describe Pashini? As an agent of chaos? Is that what we?
I mean, yes, that is a very apt term, and just the only time to describe it is Pashini, because there was nothing like
So Pashini is literally the word in the dictionary for chaotic.
There's going to be a scale that measures chaotic units in Pashini's.
All the way over there.
But so the unnamed source's suggestion was we have Pashini in these interim days where we have to wait on Michael's decision and essentially the rest of the council's decision to have her go and be a bother to Alexander. Or rather just have her stay in the other home, be a bother to Alexander, and say that she cannot leave there. And that he wants to spend time with her. To be clear,
Poor Alexander.
That was my thought as well. My additional thought was, poor wolf.
Poor
horse.
The wolf's name. Oh my gosh, Aris.
I mean, and I think the funniest thing about this is Mortalis felt amused, and I have never felt that before. I doubt I will ever will again.
So
yeah, it's like a happy tear, like a joyful happy tear come out because it's just fucking not to just burst out laughing.
See, it's a solid plan. Once again, poor Alexander. but Pashini can get into trouble without moving from one spot. Because she
Confirmed.
she already has that mark of Lucifer on her head, correct? I mean, who knows what else she can get into?
A development on that. Apparently, she can get rid of it at any time.
Wants to. But we cannot get rid of it. Only she can.
Oh, okay. Well, that leads even more credit to what I'm saying. She has not gotten rid of it. Does she like getting into trouble? See, these are worries. These are worries. These are concerns.
They're concerns.
They are concerns. I guess we can move to Magnus's house and poor Alexander, poor Eris.
She did not tell you had to tell Alexander that you were leaving her there either. You just told her that Alexander wants her to because.
Oh yeah, Asir with the plus 12 insight is very much aware of that.
So, do they already know? Does Magnus know we're coming there, or
I don't believe so.
I assume this just developed.
An invitation to his house, so you can just show up whenever you want. But
things he will regret.
Things his son will
regret. I think considering Magnus's previous lack of communication, which facilitated some of the difficulties that we had to deal with, or as I would prefer to call them, the bullshit that we have had to be through. I think he owes us this at the very least. For at the very least his own unwillingness to keep contact with people when kidnappings have happened.
Okay.
Guess we will head to Magnus's then.
Magnus just wanted to read a book, damn it.
Did one of you want to break the news to let Pashini know that she's been invited to Magnus's home again?
I mean, would you like to do the honors? Because I'm sure
I would not.
Would be
I am not the best at lying, I will admit.
I do not think she will even bother trying to see if we are lying. She will just go.
Alucard, how about you? Would you like to take point on this?
Alucard, when the moment that you said no, which Alucard was already expecting you to say, the moment ACU started to be like, would you like to do it? I said no preemptively. Like in my head before I said it out loud. I was just like, no, she's not going to say no. Yes to this. Alucard's already walking to Pashini's room.
All right.
And I'll look at you finish.
Oh, I'll look at Asir.
Pashini is not in Pashini's room. She's with Leonis.
Yep. And in Leonis's room, Leonis has a very old tome out, and he's given Pashini a history lesson.
Yeah. Pashini is like, I would say now, because she's a little bit more freaked out about like what happened as she thinks about it a little bit more, she's probably like latched onto Leonis because he's probably the only one that probably understands what might be going on, even though Pashini has no idea.
Yeah, I'll just follow Alucard then too.
Yep. Asir's inside still chuckling.
Like we're like three parents having to go tell their child like something like we're sending you to a special place to take care of.
We're sending you to boarding school.
Yeah. What's the history lesson about? Is the history a lesson about what's happened to her, or is it just?
It's what Sorella did.
Okay, yeah. Then that would probably be freaking out Pashini more and more.
Right.
Alucard's unfazed by any of your chaos and will just tell you, for the sake of brevity and us just not descending into a fit of giggles over the three parents telling the child and the
you're telling her you're going to Disney World pretty much.
Right.
We're going to Disney World after we take you to the dentist. That's essentially what we're doing.
All right. On that note, save time. You guys make it to Magnus's house. Pashini, you get offloaded onto a very surprised Alexander, and
Pashini's not acting like herself. Like, if she gets given to Alexander, she's just gonna kind of sit there and just be like, she doesn't really know what to do.
Alexander doesn't know what to do with you. He's like an adult who doesn't like babies and has been just handed a baby and left with it.
Oh, too real.
And it's just like...
Not too real.
And the baby is being very, very quiet. A little more so than normal.
And he like sets Pashini down like somewhere else in the room.
Do you normally hold a baby like Salt Bae holds the baby? Because that's what that looked like, that gesture. It was just straight up. Is that what Salt Bae looks like when he's like trying to move a baby over?
He like picks her up by her clothes on her back, so she's just like legs her up like this. And
oh, it's disgruntled cat.
Yeah.
Oh.
On
Yeah.
that note,
we will end it for the day. Thank you guys for watching again. My brain just died. Thank you for all the follows and the subs. And just a reminder, we do have a Patreon and the Discord, so come hang out. And then there's the merch store. I think is the other game tonight? Are they having it tonight?
Blood and Shackles?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is it happening tonight?
that would be a throw.
As far as I'm aware, Blood and Shackles
That
is
is
happening tonight.
right.
At, what, 9 o'clock?
A
So-
time and a place.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 9 p.m.
What time zone?
I can double check. I think.
I believe that's the next game tonight. On this channel, I gotta pull up the schedule because I don't have it in front of me.
Yeah, I don't have it in front of me either.
I don't see the whole thing. It's not in the GM chat.
Yes.
I think it's tonight at 9. Oh, my computer keeps restarting Twitch.
Uh-oh.
And it's driving me nuts. So, oh yeah. Alright, Friday, Blood and Shackles at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I just had to scroll down. Haha. But there it is. So, we will be back next week for more fun. So, if you guys want to go around, say where they can find you, what you're doing, what you're up to, all that goodness.
Okay.
I can start it off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Phoenix 24 Phoenix 24 Femme on Twitter, otherwise known as Angela in a lot of different spaces. I go by Phoenix, and also Philosopheme and other spaces for Patreon and such, where my poetry and writings are up. And I also am the DM for the all POC 5e homebrew campaign Adventures in Agni, which we are going to be having our season finale on Saturday. We'll be ending it, I think, a little bit earlier than some of the other campaigns for the season are, because that's the last day our players will all be available to play together. And oh boy, we have a very, very fun thing that I've set up for all of them.
No.
I have a lot of devious things. Don't worry, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. But that, and also I'll be on the one shot, the last, I think, one shot side quests for next week, where I will be playing a druid, which I never play.
Yay!
Have fun.
Best class.
Summon bees.
I'm not biased at
Oh
all.
no, I'm playing a shepherd druid,
Oh.
and I
Summon
have
bees.
Oh, so
Summon
cute.
bees.
I have a pet scorpion. For anyone who knows the druid spell list, you'll know why I have
Oh.
a scorpion.
Oh yes, I understand now.
But that's me.
But still, summon bees.
I am the concern. I'm homebrewing up some stats for some ice bees if you want that.
Maybe.
Okay.
I'll go next. I'm Nuka Puka on all social media. I'm an artist. I do art. Commissions are currently closed up until I think around February, when I bring out some new stuff. I will be doing some environment and landscape designs for Dungeon Masters
and for their games, and they're all customized for essentially your game to show your players where places are, from like castles, fields, forests, things like that. So that will hopefully be around February next year. And I play I play a barbarian now on Ori's Monday game, which I forget what the time is, but Ori will
It's
mention
2
that.
p.m.
Yeah, 2 p.m.
2:30 p.m.
There we go.
lied. We changed it.
And that is pretty much it.
I will go next since you can find me at twitch.tv/bloodmage96 and bloodmage96 pretty much everywhere else. Got a new computer. Can do computer streams again. Right. Also on Ori's Monday game where I play Nilo, a two-face shifter, and that's fun. We are actually where Pashini went, and it's just as bad.
Yeah. It's just like, ooh, oh, it's bad.
Hey, I'm Ray. You can find me on Twitter at RayTransitional. Probably everywhere else. Crystallize me, and especially in the Welcome to the Party Discord. Obviously, I'm here Fridays. Sometimes here on Sundays for our all POC one-shot series, Visible Victorious. Yes, Vibrant Visible Victorious, which returns December 15th. I will not actually be on the stream the 15th at work, but you will definitely see me around there. And occasionally Monday nights as well on the one-shot series side quests. But literally, I'm all around the Welcome to the Party channel. So say hi, hello.
And then I guess it leaves me. So hi, I'm Philip. Also, you can also find me at Bakura's Rafer on Twitter. You can find me. Well, currently you can if you tune in on Monday evening for the finale of Blood and the Tamesis, our first season. We're playing a Vampire the Masquerade, which, if you aren't aware of the system, please be warned, it is a horror game. So. Be aware of that, but it's gotten. We've seen elder vampires in action, and it's terrifying. It's like seeing guy leap 5 stories. That's that's the only thing I'm doing now. I'm going to doing more of this because high level stuff.
And I am Ori. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch as _lady_Ori. I do art and D&D and all kinds of stuff. I will be full-time freelance starting on January 1st. I did this lovely picture of Oreo that's on the stream that you can see right now. I am taking commissions. Hit me up and do your character art and all your fun stuff for D&D because I will do it. But I run another game on Mondays on my channel called Shadows and Starlight. It is an all-Fae game, and they just got to the bad place. And they may not be stuck in the bad place, I don't know yet. But that's happening. I will be starting up a new game on Saturdays, every other Saturday, of Legend of the Five Rings. I'm still working on planning on who's playing in that, and all of that goodness, so I'll release more information on that later. But yeah, I don't have anything else. Who's live that we can read? Let's see. I don't see anybody on our list. Let's do... I don't know, let's raid Ollie. He does D&D art, but he's playing Pokemon right now, so... Say hi to Ollie, she's good to me. Bye!
Bye.
Goodbye.
If it'll let me end the stream.